Well, now that we have Dottie Kay off the transport trailer, and as you saw, the ramps did flex a little, but the question now is, who is Dottie Kay? In a way, her cutwater is very Gar Wood-esque, except that it's a single piece, and many of the Gar Woods I've seen have twin cutwaters where the swoop piece is actually a separate piece. Her decks are original. Those are 8-inch wide planks, V-grooved. The Ivolite is fully operational. I don't know if it lights up. We haven't put power to it. Probably doesn't. I'd be surprised if it did. The bow light appears original. There are no other holes. Unfortunately, we'll be dealing with some soft wood right there. We're still going to try to save this plank. The bow chocks, I don't know. They look like sort of vanilla flavored bow chocks to me. The boat is 18.5 feet. Has very interesting runs sort of diagonally off the keel. Splash rails are intact, and it's back here where we really face a challenge. I don't know where Dottie Kay was kept, but it's clear that we're going to be completely rebuilding the framework on the back. She has an interesting characteristic that the chine is actually applied, and as you can see over the years, there's either been some shrinkage or some really poor maintenance work done. Very interesting step pads. It's kind of neat that she has all of her hardware. Here we have a look at her prop and her rudder. What an interesting prop. Big wide blades. Pretty steep pitch. Maybe there's a clue there. Tell us what you think. Thought it'd be interesting in trying to sort out this puzzle to park the 46 Gar Wood ensign varnish topsides next to the Dottie Kay to see what people think and whether or not it gives us any clues. One clue would be that the lifting rings are identical on both boats. In both cases we have the same treatment of the foredeck, but this Gar Wood that comes complete with Gar Wood step pads really is has a somewhat different shape, but the similarities, particularly in the bows, are very striking. The Dottie Kay has a single piece cutwater, and the Gar Wood that we know is a Gar Wood for sure has a two-piece cutwater, but it has the same little returns, but in the Gar Wood's case they are separate from the cutwater. If we look at the two boats side by side, other differences we see are the planking of the decks. The covering board treatment's quite similar. The step pads are entirely different. The step pads on the Gar Wood say made by Gar Wood. The bow lights are similar, but again, quite different. The Dottie Kay, the bow light is way up on the bow. And of course we have the Iva light that is not part of the, that is not installed on the Gar Wood. The transoms are quite different. The Gar Wood is 4 planks, where Dottie Kay has 3 super wide planks. But the general shape of the transoms is quite similar. While the hardware is not installed on the Gar Wood, it is really very close to being the same. The Gar Wood does not have the scoops on the covering boards or on the transom that the Dottie Kay does. I don't know. Were they both made by Gar Wood or not? Tell us what you think. One thing I found kind of interesting is that rather than foam padding, her forward seat is supported, the bench part is supported by these springs, and when we get her reupholstered, we of course will save these springs. We have a funky mirror. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but I can't tell whether it's original or aftermarket. If I were to guess, it's aftermarket. Here's her bow and her cutwater on the starboard side. Sense of her overall shape. And even though her stern and transom framing are in bad shape, we do see that she had a 3-piece transom, 3-plank transom. Fortunately, we have some very wide mahogany boards, so we'll be able to reproduce that. So, what do you think? Is she a Gar Wood? How old is she? She was represented as 1946. I cannot find, of course I haven't torn it completely apart, but I cannot find any numbers stamped into any of the boards I have been able to release. We'll continue that search. And we'll keep you apprised. Today's April 30th, 2013. We've got a number of projects ahead of her, but then we will be moving Dottie Kay and our 1946 Gar Wood ensign into the shop, and we'll be restoring them simultaneously. We'll keep you apprised, but share your comments. Who do you think Dottie Kay is? How old is she? Where did she come from? Who built her? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.